So in this video, I want to talk about the psychology of winning. Not how to win, but why winning's important and how to use small wins to get where you're trying to go so that you can win. I hope that makes sense. And I'll have to tell you a story in order to illustrate it. So, I talked about this on my other channel a little bit, but it was very specific to what was going on in Ukraine. It wasn't about just winning in general. So that's why I'm telling it here as well. So I went to the football game at my university where I teach, and we're a pretty small Division I school. We're Division I, but I mean, we're just kind of barely hanging on there. And the football team isn't really that great. I mean, they have more not so great season than they have winning seasons, but hope goes on eternally. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe we can win the first game. Or so I went to the game, and before long it was 0-3 and then 0-6 and it was kind of a painful start to the game. And then we picked up, and by the beginning of the fourth quarter, we were actually in the lead. And it was a really remarkable difference to my mind, like between what the enthusiasm level was like when we were down 0-3 or 0-6 and what it was like when we started winning. When we were losing, the cheerleaders would be like, "Let's go," whatever their cheers are, and they couldn't get anybody to participate with them. They couldn't get anybody involved. They couldn't arouse any enthusiasm. But as soon as we started winning, there was an enthusiastic, there was a kind of an electric kind of feeling throughout the stands. I mean, I was jumping up and cheering just automatically, like, "Let's go, come on," right? And so I started thinking about this. It was like in one condition, the psychology was this way, and the other, it flipped, like radically flipped. And so the lesson for the organization was pretty interesting to me. Like, you need small wins in order to build momentum. Winning builds that momentum, and that's the momentum that you need to get people to do what they're trying to do. You don't get momentum in an organization by creating more rules or measuring time at the desk. Like I knew a manager that would literally measure the time that people sat at their desk as if that's the grand road to productivity. Now, the grand road to productivity is that if you demonstrated that you have my back, you get my heart, right? That's how you get more productivity. There's enthusiasm. And how do you get their heart? By going down swinging, trying to do something, helping that person, right? Or by showing them, demonstrating that you care about them, or getting obstacles out of their way, or doing something to help them in some meaningful way. So you get these small wins. And it doesn't really matter even what the small wins are, but without it, you get apathy. So unless you're moving toward that desirable goal, like having a goal attainment is not really as satisfying as we think. It's the movement toward a desirable goal that is what's really deeply satisfying to human beings. Now, with this momentum, with these small wins, they'll keep looking forward. They'll keep engaging because they're moving that direction. And here's the real secret. It doesn't matter what the wins are. Now, it does, but it doesn't. What I mean by that is it's not like, okay, maybe in your organization you would measure wins by sales or customer acquisition or something along those lines. But it could be what motivates your people is removing stupid rules or listening to them or whatever. I mean, like give them the wins that they actually want. What matters to them? You figure out what those things are, and then you give that to them, and you'll start getting that momentum. Just like at the football game when we started winning and I started reflexively jumping up, "Come on, let's go," right? It's that kind of thing. And so what works in a football game is the same kind of thing. You just have to understand what it is that motivates them. Listen, while we were losing, they could have given me free food and I still wouldn't have enjoyed the game. But while they were winning, they could overcharge me and I still would have enjoyed it, right? That's the way human psychology works. Okay. I don't want to belabor this point, but if you understand small wins are important to get the momentum to get toward your goal, there's a psychology of winning and you need that, then I will have succeeded. And I just really want to emphasize something. This is deep in human psychology. This is the way it works. And it doesn't matter what those what you're measuring, as long as the customers, the people that you're dealing with, and those could be employee customers who work for you, if they want stupid rules out of the way, that could be the win. That could give you the momentum to get you where you're trying to go. That's all I have. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to me. I'll be back again soon.